There it is. Had to refresh. All right. Just while we wait for technical difficulties, Trifling Truffle Trouble is coming up. Okay, all right. We are live. Hello, YouTube. Hello, LinkedIn. Hello, Facebook. Hello, Twitter. Alicia here with Congregate, and I am joined by Tony and Francisco. Tony, why don't you say hello to the crowd? Give us a wave.
Hi, I'm Tony. This is my first time doing this. Hello.
And Francisco, hello, welcome back.
Hello, I'm Francisco. I'm always here, so
Yes.
so it's good to be back in the live stream.
We are excited to get ready to play Trifling Truffle Trouble. While we're here, though, please feel free to start chatting with us. The more you, or not the more you chat, if you chat, we get your ID and we enter you into a raffle for 100 creds. And we're going to do that twice during this live stream. So get ready, get chatting. Let us know what you think about Trifling Truffle Trouble. Some housekeeping before we get into the really good stuff. We'll take a bite out of what's new at Congregate. We've
Yes.
got. Have you heard, Francisco? Have you been playing on the TikTok? I have not done the TikTok. Let me just sound as old as possible.
I've been
I've
contributing with a
definitely,
couple of videos. Yes.
I've definitely done the TikTok, but like as a
All right.
consumer and not as a content creator.
I've seen some of our videos and they are so cute. I mean, almost worth me getting on the TikTok. I've heard, that it's quite the platform. It can it reminds me a little bit of Vine, if I may show my age some more.
Hmm.
Um, Trifling Truffle Trouble is one of our newest games that Congregate has rolled out. I believe that we developed this one in-house, and
Yes.
oh, that's so awesome. It is so cool. And while we're talking about developing in-house, let's talk about the game jam that's going on. I think it started June 1st. Have you seen any of the entries, Francisco?
For the Kong Jump, well,
Yeah.
the Kong Jump is gonna start in September. Yep, September 8th
Oh,
to the 10th. 48 hours of crazy development. It's gonna be so much fun, and there is sign up of the so people can start joining. It's, if I'm not wrong, on Tuesday, 20.
oh wow, that's
So
big news.
yes, so everybody should be getting ready, get the team of developers together because you can start signing up on Tuesday and the prices are really, really cool. We have a total of 30,000 in prizes. The winner is getting 20,000 and 10,000 are going to the People Choice Award where the community is going to choose their favorite. So super excited.
Oh my
Super excited.
goodness. We might have to, get a little division going inside just for some fun games, not to compete with everyone else.
Absolutely.
We have Galaxy Control that has come out recently on Congregate.com. I haven't checked it out yet. I've had a couple of extra fun projects that I've been working on this week with work. Have you checked any of the new games out, Tony? We've got Environ's Chronicle as well.
Yeah, I was looking at a couple of them the other week, but I haven't gone super deep. Been pretty busy over here on our side, but I always like to jump in. We get the updates and everything. So
Oh yeah, yeah. We're getting into some really exciting development time for the studio, which means like less fun times for us, but we always have fun. And even in meetings, you can't get me to stop smiling over here. We've got new badges that are out for those games, and we started up the Companion stuff a couple of months ago, and we've had some really cute ones recently. We had 80, it was a Band-Aid, or a plaster, I don't know, is the non brand name for that. Who doesn't call it a Band-Aid? We also had a broiler come out, an oven, that was really fun. But I think that takes care of all the housekeeping admin work. See if we've got any chit chatters here. We got Planets to Run. They're one of our longtime viewers. Nice to have you. Tony, since you already got us up here, you want to kick us off and let's see what Trifling Truffle Trouble we can get into.
yeah, I'm excited to jump in here. So I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna hit start. Here we go. Oh yeah. So this is picking up. I checked this game out the other week, and we're a couple maps in, so
Oh, cool.
we're
Is
gonna go in here. So yeah.
is that a truck? Is
Yeah,
part of the game?
I live by an alley and the garbage truck is backing in.
Thank you, garbage truck.
Chicago.
So we
The
got.
warning sign. Whoa.
Whoa. Okay,
Okay,
somebody's been
so this
practicing.
banana is super unpredictable because he keeps spinning, and it is very precise. Oh, he only had one hit left. That was not great.
Uh-oh.
So we've got. I want to pause this here. So we're gonna make sure that the machine can't keep going, so I can have some time to knock some of these down here.
Yeah, there you go. There, you gotta bounce them around.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, like you want. I mean, except for you're trying to get the last one there, but like you get a good angle here. You gotta get. Gotta do some geometry work here, putting to all my high school math knowledge here that never thought I would use.
All the expertise is finally got a purpose.
After all those flash games, all the training, we're finally ready.
Oh man,
Yeah,
these bananas are.
driving you bananas.
They are. The bananas are bananas. That is extremely true.
You know what
Oh man.
is really cool about Trifling Truffle Trouble? That this is the fourth entry for the new companion games that we are developing in-house by the K Squad. The first one was Please Don't Eat Me. Then This Is How We Roll, Chef Let's Stand, and now Trifling Truffle Trouble. It's super cool because if you have companions, you will get an extra boost in your scores. So the more companions you have, the better. So it's probably a good idea to start doing the batch of the day every week so you can unlock new companions, right?
Yes, absolutely. How many companions do you have, Tony?
I
Is
have
this your...
no I. I have no idea. I would have to go look. I mean, like I've had.
Whoa, that was a good move.
Yeah, no, I'm in the zone here. Just stop distracting me. No,
Keep talking with Francisco.
Yeah,
I'm busy
all right.
over here.
yeah, no, I'm killing it over here.
You are. I have loved the companions since since I joined Congregate, which was slightly before our first studio did. I was always involved with their community. I was like, this is fun. I have a little extra time. Let me have fun with you guys. So I joined in and got to hang out and talk about companions. Oh, that was fun. These little Easter eggs are so cute. I only have a fraction of the companions that we have. I have 128, and I think
What?
that we have.
Fraction? Is that a fraction? I
I-
got 13, and that is
I
a
mean-
fraction.
In a very technical sense, anything less than all of them is a fraction, right?
We had one community manager that had every single companion, and they got it the proper way. Like, it wasn't someone that just went and was like, "Oh, I'm an admin. I'll just have all these companions." They earned every
That's
single
what I
one.
would do.
That's so.
That's
many.
dedication. That is dedication. It's awesome. So now that I'm recording the batch of the day videos every week for Kongregate, now I'm unlocking companions, so I'm super
There you
happy.
go.
It's like I'm playing, recording videos, and also unlocking companions. It's like a super mega win for me.
Do you have a favorite one that you've unlocked recently?
I think Orbit. It looks super cool because it's a rocket, and originally I came from Gamaga, which is part of Kongregate now, and the logo of Gamaga is a rocket, so it's like a. It's perfect.
I didn't know that.
Perfect.
That's so cool. I've loved being around Congregate for so long. Not only because they're so inclusive, but also because I get to meet so many cool people. So Sophia being one of the newest people that I've met this year, and she runs the live stream normally. Another community manager I was able to meet. They've all been wonderful. The big news, I think, for June is it's Pride Month. You might have noticed our logo is a nice big rainbow K, and I mean, I'm loving seeing all the rainbows anyway. Do you guys do anything to celebrate? I've been going to a bunch of street fairs up here and wearing my face paint.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of. I'm a little bit outside of a city center, so like I don't have as many big events or anything to go to. So I don't have anything massive to share here, unfortunately.
um, is Pride or like why is Pride Month important in general to you, Francisco?
But wait, what? I'm sorry.
Why why is Pride Month very important to you at all? I like to me, I
Why?
celebrate it constantly. I just love everybody anyway.
No, it's a super great, how do you call it, event. It's so important to be inclusive with everybody. We are all here together, and we should keep it as a big family. Actually, I'm very close to. There is a couple of towns here in Connecticut. They do a lot of parades, and I'm very close to New York City. And I believe tomorrow is the big Proud Parade. So I'm gonna probably
Ooh.
go there and celebrate and be with a bunch of my friends, just having fun. So
Oh, that sounds like a
super excited.
blast. Our Pride Parade is next weekend, which kind of stinks
Nice.
because this is a 3 day weekend for us. We'll be celebrating Juneteenth,
Hmm.
which is great because Congregate is so inclusive that any holiday that makes sense to celebrate. If we don't even really need a true reason, but they're always looking for
Absolutely.
ways for representation for including everybody.
Yeah. And
I
it's
like vacations. I'm not complaining.
I'm going straight for vacation.
Tony's a straight shooter, and that's what I love about him. I I remember whenever I first joined and I went to the office, I was nervous about stand-ups, but Tony was always right there, and wanted to hear what I had to say. I was player experience. I felt like, oh, everyone else is working on games more than me. That they all have something more important. But no, as it turns out, I eventually ended up saving us from at least one headache.
Mm.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I am not a people person, is how I would describe myself. So I appreciate Alicia greatly, and
I
I
would have
would.
never described you as that. No, to me, you're a people person, and you're so sweet. I won't tell
May,
your secrets.
Oh boy, careful.
I would describe myself as abrasive. Would be the first word I would use. I would probably not use many kind words about myself.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because I only have great things to say about all of my coworkers. I was going to say a lot of them, but I can't think of a single negative thing that I would say about anyone.
Completely
Um,
agree. I agree.
I
Yeah, no,
guess,
that's true. Everyone that works with us really loves games and making games and things for people to be happy about, and that's what we're here for. So,
Yes.
um, what's the story of how you joined Congregate, Tony?
um, yeah, so back in old times of I worked for Synapse Games starting in 2014 before they were acquired by Kongregate. So I was kind of looped in here. I got to keep clicking
Oh,
things
yeah,
so
yeah,
it can
yeah.
load.
For
Don't get
2014,
distracted.
So yeah, 2014 is when I started. I was actually brought on because they were looking for a. I was the designer at the time, and they were looking for a designer to lead what the project that eventually became known as Spellstone. At the time, it was basically Tyrant Unleashed was out, which, if you are unfamiliar, is a card battler with a very gritty, like tanks and army and blood helicopters and chainsaw helicopters.
That sounds
And they wanted
amazing.
so
they wanted to
good.
do a they basically wanted to take that game because it's a really fun, awesome game. There's a lot of really good bones to it. And they were like, well, we want to like make this in another like area, like not the gritty tanks. We don't want to make. Really, what happened is that Chris Day, our art director, was just tired of tanks. We're done with tanks. Get on. I do tanks every day,
And
day in
then,
day out. Tanks, tanks, tanks.
yeah, we had Global Assault as well, so more tanks.
Yes, more tanks as well. But yeah, no, I was brought on for that. I led the design on that up until it was launched. Then I was also the lead on the project. I was product owner on that for years. Um, and yeah, I eventually just went on to other projects. I've led TMNT Mutant Madness was the latest one, and then I'm working on some future development that we have cooking right now. But Yeah, before that, I mean, I was doing some work for Ubisoft in North Carolina before I came for the job at Synapse Games. And before that, I was working at Wide Load Games, which was owned by Disney at the time. It was a Disney studio. And then before that, I was at Midway Games with the Mortal Kombat people. So,
Nice.
Oh my goodness! So you're steeped in history here with the game development.
history is a good way to put it. Midway Games was a really fun place to work, but it was very like it's like have you ever seen those like old game advertisements from like the '90s that were like in magazines and stuff that were just like super edgy and like really like oh man, games are for boys and
Yeah, the power glove.
yeah, no, that was kind of well. This is great. I love everything going on with this bouncer.
This level was really fun. The cheese.
But yeah, no, that was just Midway Games was all that, which is coming out of school and everything and having a job like that. It's a really like eye-opening experience. But yeah, well, you don't really see those kind of game developers have kind of gone the way of the dinosaurs in general, as games have just become bigger and just in general needed like larger audiences that are much more inclusive of more than games are for boys. It's the '90s. Mortal Kombat. Let me rip somebody's head off.
I mean, they still do let you do that.
Well, yes, Mortal Kombat is still a game that exists. I'm saying games has expanded as a whole. There's more offerings. Mortal Kombat's still an important offering, but we have more.
And now
we have other things going on.
Other limbs can be ripped off and used.
We've moved on to other body parts to be ripped off.
The chat was really alive with the chainsaw helicopters, so they really liked that.
Oh man, we should. I have the art for that. If people haven't seen it, it was in Tyrant Unleashed. It is a helicopter with a chainsaw on it. We should maybe share that on some socials later. I can dig that up and we can.
I would love to. I think the community actually made no, it was you that made a compilation of all the Tyrant Unleashed cards put together in one.
No, Chris did that.
Oh, that was Chris.
Chris had it, and he was able to like export that all. I loved it. I was really loud about it, but I didn't make it. I'm not gonna take his credit for that.
Oh, we'll just have to embarrass Chris a little bit publicly. He loves that stuff.
Speaking of another fun fact about my time at Kong, people may not know, I'm a certified artist. And by that I mean I've done all the April... I'm the madness behind all the April Fool's art in Spellstone. All the fancy stick figures and poorly not drawn in the lines art.
That was me. A big precedent that no one else could fill those shoes. They have been looking for that April Fool's high since we did that year.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of doing really goofy stuff on April Fools in games because it's a game. Let's have some fun.
I agree.
And I will advocate for it because it's my birthday. And it makes me feel very special.
Makes so much sense.
Look, you don't get this way for nothing, right? I had a lot of fun. And so, I mean, I'm also probably one of the early adapters. I will start saying, hey, it's April Fool's in like a month. And they're like, why are you even talking about April Fool's? It's still March. It's cold. And they're like, yeah, it's my birthday. Let's start planning some fun.
Need to get ready for the date.
It's a good reminder to have fun in our games and that people are also kind of expecting April Fool's Day fun.
Mm-hmm. Completely agree. Tony is killing it in the game.
I know. What got you into games, Tony?
Oh, wow.
This is a loaded question.
Yeah. Here comes
both of you are going to get it. Francisco, you're next, so just be thinking. Or
yeah,
Francisco,
so there's a couple of
go ahead.
Couple answers to that. I've always really well, not always. I was as a small child. I used to go out and play sport balls with the kids in the neighborhood and everything. But I really got into I actually didn't have video game systems growing up for a long time until it was like 4th or 5th grade when we got our first SNES system. SNES was not super new at the time. I am that old, but not quite that old.
I had
But
one.
before that, we had an Intellivision in the house, which, if those of you don't know, is from like the Atari kind of days. It like had a weird like TV remote controller.
And you clicked it in and out of the actual TV.
It was a Google up images of Intellivision. It is a system that they didn't know what to do with controllers. They had like little inserts, paper inserts you would put over the buttons to like change the buttons for it, because they're like, oh, we need to tell you what all the buttons do, but we can't possibly like just tell you A does this, B does this. We have to put these little inserts that like go on top of it, which was interesting, but yeah.
It does
Anyways,
look very interesting. It looks almost like an Atari. I guess I must have missed this.
Oh no, I'm in trouble here.
You got this. You got it. Get those jellyfish.
Yeah, it was lucky it put me way over to the side, so I was able to get that angle. Anyways, no, SNES, I loved SNES. Favorite game of all time, Super Mario World. Absolutely adore that game. And yeah, I always found myself like playing with either Legos or taking board games and wanting to make like my own rules for them. I do things like I used to collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I remember making like a board game that used the cards to move through a dungeon where you're fighting people in like a 3D environment.
That's got some legs. We gotta talk about that, Tony.
But I just always really liked doing like making game stuff, and I think where I really learned that I wanted to do games as like a career was I was running a text-based forum role-playing game, for those of you who remember forums.
I
but it was
think
basically
I can't
like
start loving you more, but then you say something like text-based forum roleplay, and I'm like,
yeah, it was like basically a turn-based post-by-post D&D session over a very long time. And it was a very large, like we'd had multiple people running multiple things, and it like kind of a shared world. But we did like a battle system. You do like a turn-based battle system where you like, hey, this is what I do. Here's my setup. Here's my attack. And then the other person goes, they roll to dodge. Maybe they don't. Then they do their attack, set it up, and then pass it back. It was pretty slow because if the person wasn't online with you, it was like playing by mail. But that was some of the terms. Like you could pick it up, do your thing, and then go away. And at the time, we were all like, a lot of the people in there were like high school students and stuff. So it was like, okay, well, I'll do it in between classes, or like fire it off and then go to class and then come back and see if my battle turn was up. But very similar to how I assume a lot of our audience used to spend time, or does spend time on our websites during class to pass time.
Yep.
But yeah, I really got a passion for like making games doing that, and I ended up going to college actually for game development because that was a thing that existed when I went to college. Gotta look at that. I gotta get like this guy. I'm gonna hit 6 hits on this guy.
No, you're gonna have some really good luck. Oh,
there we go.
There you go.
Amazing.
And yeah, and then I got into games. Voila, magic.
Ta-da! Francisco, do you want to tell us how you got into video games?
Ooh, I think I was 4 years old when my mom won a TV show. So they invited me to celebrate my birthday on national TV in Chile, by the way.
Yeah.
And they give me a surprise, as a birthday gift, a Pong console, the old one, old school Pong.
The Atari, yeah?
No, the old one,
Just an
previous to
old
Atari.
one? Oh my goodness.
This is the first one. And I got so into it, so much fun. Then my father tried to encourage me, and they bought me one of the first computers that got to Chile. I think the brand was Mytec. So I was playing between programming and also playing video games. It was fun. I think that was the first steps that made me get into the business. Then, of course, I derail a little bit in terms of what I study. I study computer engineer, more like a networking area. But I always wanted to come back to gaming. That's my passion. So I think 17 or 18 years ago, I created my first YouTube channel. So I started recording videos. And once that the mobile games got really popular, I was one of the first influencers making videos about mobile games.
Oh my
So
goodness.
I started getting invited all over the world, traveling and working with different companies. So it was really cool because at that point I was just doing another kind of real real job, and then all of a sudden this hobby becomes something even bigger. So it was really difficult, for example, to take time off at the office to go on all these trips to visit and do game consulting around the world. So it was really cool. The good times traveling to, again, whole Europe, visiting the headquarters of a lot of big companies, working with them directly. And that actually was probably what helped me to get the attention from Gamaga.
Hmm.
So Rod Contreras and Fernanda Contreras, the CEO of Gamaga, they invite me. Okay, as soon as they knew that I was in Chile, because I used to live in the U.S. and then I went back to Chile, and now I'm still in the U.S. But one of those trips to Chile, they knew I was there. They invited me to visit the studio. That's it. That was the that was the beginning.
That was the magic, huh?
That
That,
was
that
the
was how we
magic.
got. That's how we got Francisco. Um,
Exactly. So.
I am so excited to have both of you here with us at Congregate. I definitely lucked into the video game industry. I made the right person laugh and had the the magic words. I've seen the worst of the internet on my resume, and that really impressed our CEO at Synapse Games. And
Nice.
I feel like it's been a very good fit. I've been very happy about having been here at Congregate for so long.
It's so much fun working in video games, but it's not as easy as many people think. It's like, oh, those guys are playing all day. Well, we need to find time to play so we know exactly what happened with our product. But it's a
Exactly.
lot of work. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know about gaming development. So it's so much fun.
Nah,
I
I
constantly
just
learn.
play video games all day.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Tony,
Don't let them lie to
straightforward.
you. It's all video games. We only play. There's no work.
We never find any bugs. We
Magical
have
world.
we have zero bugs all the time and all stability all the time. No one's ever unhappy.
Everyone loves every game we've ever put out. We've never had a bug. We've never had a problem.
There
They've
you go.
I never
There you
heard
go.
it. I'm player experience, but I've never seen it.
Alicia just handles happy people all day. They just love everything, and they are.
It makes my life is a dream. I just wake up and
Absolutely.
everyone's happy with the decisions that have been made. I mean, of course, people are going to be unhappy, but that's part of the fun for me. Is like I figure out what has upset them, and then I dissect that and make sure that they don't need a snack. Make sure that they've had some fun recently, that they got outside, got some exercise, and then I'm like, okay, I understand, and I've told the developers A, B, and C. They say X, Y, and Z, and you should be good. But I tested this and I was able to see that you could just do Y and Z and you'll be fine. So I'm always looking for ways to make the players happy in as little steps as possible. You got it. Oh yeah, you got it.
I had to wait for that one to make sure he didn't come down and attack my cannon.
This game is so fun.
Yes.
It is. I'm sitting here just like enjoying the heck out of my time over here.
We can continue streaming if you want, Tony.
Yeah, we just keep on doing it.
My producers might be mad if I just disappear to live stream all day. They might start having some words with me.
He's doing product
I
testing.
mean,
so
I'm
it's good.
escaping right now.
Are you scared of him,
hiding.
Tony? Are you being bullied? I'll save you.
I am always being bullied in the workplace, especially by Alicia.
Sometimes it'll be months, or maybe even almost a year before I need to bother someone, and I'm like, hey, I haven't talked to you in like 8 months. Can you help me out with this very specific problem that only you have knowledge about? And then I'll say to myself, oh, I should write that down because I probably won't be the last person that needs to know this. And then I don't. Because something else comes up and I forget. Hey, we are halfway through the stream and I only just remembered, let's do a cred giveaway. Adrian, if you're listening, we'll be doing. We'll see who's all chatted in the channel. We've had a pretty good amount of views today. I'm pretty excited about this.
The game is really good.
Just say something, anything into the channel, and you are interested. You are. You're interested. That means it. You're interested into the drawing for 100 creds. I swear I did my vocal warm-ups and everything, because Trifling Truffle is not a very easy thing to say in a row.
I know. It took me forever when I was recording the spotlight video for the game. It's like, how I'm gonna pronounce this? It's so much difficult. English is not my primary language, as you guys probably noticed. So it was definitely a challenge.
I'll get on to the producer who decided on the name. I know that they love alliteration. So we had Please Don't Eat Me, which was the match game where you were clicking around. That used the companions. We've got this one with the floating pig and the cheese. I personally love the cheese. I love that we went with a lot of food, mainly because, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we're going to do the drawing.
Let's do it.
All right, let's see who wins.
Let's do it.
We had a couple of different, Plan is to Run one, because they're awesome, and they're almost always here, and we love seeing you, Plan is to Run. Congrats.
Awesome.
Well done. We had some good talk about Warhammer. We had some good talk about chainsaws. The Emperor demands more diesel.
Need to diversify the conversation, definitely.
For sure. Tony, after this level, if you want to, you can...
No, I'm not giving up. No, we can swap. You can't take it from me.
Well, then I can ask you some more questions.
Yes, that's fair.
Adrian poked me on our Slack, and he was like, "You might want to do a draw soon." I was having so much fun talking to you guys.
You forgot about the draw.
I did. That's
this pretty map.
Oh my goodness!
Look at all these levels I haven't done.
What? I guess that you and Francisco are gonna have to do your own rogue.
Oh no, there's too many.
There are a lot.
Oh my goodness! You will not get bored with Trifling Truffle Trouble.
Oh,
it seems.
Okay. I will give up. I will give up the screen, I guess.
Yay! Yes. Thanks. And Plan is to Run got their creds already. Adrian is on top of things.
There you go. All right, let me share my screen too.
All right.
I wanna play. Yeah, I was part of the testing the game. So yeah, I think I've been playing a little bit more.
He scrolls all the way to the end.
Level 50 something. It gets super challenging, but I think that is exactly the kind of games I'm always looking for. I love challenges. I don't like easy games. They get me bored super quick.
I think that we're going to have to get a Jira going, because even with your and Tony's volume, I see that you're all muted, but I'm hearing a couple of sounds are escaping.
Sounds is escaping. Let me see.
Does that make sense? The sounds are leaking.
The sounds are leaking. There is a breach in the hull of the sounds, and they're leaking out.
I'm gonna mute my
sinking!
microphone for a second. Let me know.
Whoa. Nope, I still hear it, even with your mic muted. So I think that there's a good old little buggy here. That's okay. We'll get it sorted. We'll get it filed up into our Jira. Oh no!
I should play with the sound on.
I know it's devastating. Oh yeah, me too. I actually have my chair lifted up so high to be at high level with my camera that my feet are dangling. I've got 2 feet between me and the floor.
That's how you sat in the office too.
I've seen Ricky since we worked from home, and I still tell him to get his feet on his side of the desk.
He's got long legs. It's not fair. We're all built different.
We are all built different.
By different, I mean wrong. I'm definitely built wrong.
I mean, I'll join the club there.
This is getting challenging. That's the,
It sounds like a purr.
yeah.
Oh, apparently Adrian is on top of things. He says you could try muting the tab one more time, and he has already alerted the developer in charge of this.
All right, let me fix that.
Cannot
thing.
turn off our sound feature.
Everyone, shh! This is a silent stream. We're like silent movies. Also, I just want to say, Francisco, it is so cool that you started streaming like immediately as YouTube was released, or you were like the first influencer. And I don't like that you said 17 or 18 years ago, and I looked that up and it was accurate. So if you could,
If you could unsay that,
yeah,
please.
just undo that, undo the
Just
button.
take that back.
I graduated high school in 2005.
Oh my god. Okay.
You're only 1 year older than me.
Yep. We had a really tight knit group like around the Synapse team. We're all within 8 or 9 months of old of each other. You know, like 8 or 9 months of each other. That's what I was trying to say. And 80% of our team had birthdays in April.
Not me though.
Nope, you were
I'm
the outlier.
a December baby.
December. I'm from August, and I have so many people with birthdays in August. Not even funny.
August was the second busiest, but I love to make cakes or cookies and bring them into the office, or bake the cookies at the office. We had a full kitchen.
Worst part of working from home.
Oh, this is a tough level. They didn't give me
Yeah.
very many options.
No,
Oh
there is
man, you
not
gotta
that
crack
many
that egg and see what's inside.
Yeah.
I bet it's another chocolate ball.
Then I need- oh, that was a lucky one.
Okay. I didn't think you were gonna hit that one that was right next to you. That was nice.
Okay, this is just getting ridiculous. Come on. I'm gonna create a ticket right now with the developers.
Plain
Why
as
do
to
we need so
Run
many
says it
pigs?
sounds like a cat purring. And I think so too.
It gives me like if you really sped up and pitched up like Link's voice when he's just like breaking stuff.
I started saying "hup" as like an and now it's just something that comes out. So I have to tell myself, don't say it in the live stream. You're good. Just be normal.
I gotta use the rock for this one. We need the rock for this one. Let me see.
yeah.
We can aim
Adrian's
that.
doing my job for me. Don't forget to say hi in the chat if you're joining us. You get a chance to win 100 creds. And we want to give those creds away. We want you to come join us on Kongregate. We're having so much fun. Francisco's
Pigs have
having so
something
much
to say,
fun.
too.
What's that?
All the pigs.
Oh.
There they go. They have some input here.
I remember when the little pigs were added to Chef Lestan, which is it was the third game for the Companion Saga.
Oh yeah.
It was so much fun because I'm a huge fan of games like roguelike, kind of like a Vampire Survival, bullet hells.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I'm so excited for Hades next coming up this year.
yeah,
It's Hades too. Sorry.
I cannot wait. Yeah. And I think I make a joke in one of the channels, like, okay, you know what? The day that pigs fly, I'm gonna do something, and all of a sudden, the developers add the little pigs in the games, like, oh my god, it looks like a joke. They're so cute. Oh boy.
Oh, we've got to get a companion made of goblin, Tony. Your big old black cat.
No.
It would just be a panther.
Yeah, just a really long panther. Just not necessarily long one.
I mean, my favorite part of being part of Kongregate is that I've made friends with everybody, and everyone is like on the same wavelength most of the time, and they're so fun to hang out with. I played Magic with Tony after hours, played board games with Tony and a few other people. Tony is a master of Magic, so you know those games were over fast.
Wait,
We have. There are people that are better than me at the company for sure.
Yeah, Magic the Gathering was.
I used to play there. I was
Yeah?
a big fan back in the day, but with the real game with cards, not the online.
Yeah. We would play after work. We would make decks. We would do draft events. I mean, that's another thing that I miss about the about the office.
No. I guess this is all public information, but he would hate that I would say it. Is that Dan Christoff works at Kongregate? He's on the Magic Pro Tour. So
Yep,
he's definitely better than me.
I'm so proud of him. I was also going to call that out because I want to scream all of y'all's achievements to the world. Not only that I'm cool enough to be like involved and interact with you guys, but like it's big stuff.
Yeah, he'll be in the next one's in Barcelona. So he'll be in Barcelona in a couple months or next month or sometime.
We have to get him some Kong swag so that he can represent while he's over there.
Yes, that's a good idea.
I know Dan, and Dan is probably gonna be like, "No, I'm focusing. Leave me alone."
I don't want more distractions.
I can do two things, and that's it. And one is be awesome, and two is play Magic, and that's his to-do list.
And that's all I need. Every time I play these games, I start getting hungry for some reason.
I can't imagine why.
I know they're companions, but
oh, you gonna win? Are you gonna get it?
We got it.
It's also right before lunch. At least I know, Francisco, you're on the East Coast, and I'm right in the Midwest. So I'm ready for some food after this.
I'm ready for some lunch. Me too.
I'm West Coast. I've got a little bit of time before.
You had to get up early, though.
I did. It's already been a long day. That's the one thing. Work from home. It's like it's great. You can work from anywhere if things support it, but it's like, but so can everybody else. And now you have to like coordinate with each other on like timing.
Yes, that's always a challenge.
Absolutely. I do kind of plan my day around who I'm going to have to talk to that day and what projects I'm working on because there's no point in me like coming in 2 hours later, like 10 a.m. Central Time. And I know that the people I work with are already on. So might as well just get an early start and leave early. That's the way I like to look at it. But then you have those days where you're like, now I got to work with the West Coast. So now I can start later and have a sleep in.
I'm enjoying the sounds that are coming out of these companions.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh, it's getting tricky here now.
Yeah, it's getting too tricky now.
Adrian says that he's hungry for hundreds of slices of cheese. I've seen him. He would probably eat 100 slices of cheese.
So is the star also cheese? It looks kind of like cheese, right?
It looks like cheesy. It looks cheesy.
Yeah, is it like? I'm looking at it and I'm thinking like a goldfish cracker, kind of like cheesiness, like a crunchy,
Yeah.
Now you're making
like
more
cracker cheese.
Thank you, Tommy. That's no helping.
My cat goes crazy for Cheez-Its and goldfish, so I wish that I could have them around because I would snack on them in the live stream. That would be so fun.
Ow.
Ow.
Ow! 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 Why are you doing this to me?
Ow. Ow.
Oh no!
I know that we were a little disappointed that the sound wasn't completely muted, but worth it to me.
It's
I'm
muted
not
or not?
disappointed. This is great.
You can still hear it or not?
Yeah, we can still hear it. I'm pretty sure
Really?
it's a bug.
Oh boy. I don't know what else to mute.
It's
I
not
know.
like. At least it's not like a continuous, like there's not like a bunch of music or something coming through. It's just some sound effects, so it's not like drowning anything. I think.
No, it's totally fine.
I heard those two when Tony was playing. I couldn't realize where the sound is coming from.
I wasn't super worried about it because it's so low. But we've learned a couple of new things. Yeah.
Okay,
So,
this is getting ridiculous.
Alicia, you asked everybody questions about how they got into games and everything. Alicia,
Yes.
how did you get into games?
Oh my goodness. I think that I have a story similar to both of you, only that I wasn't like an amazing person at video games. I just really enjoyed them. I started with, I remember SNES as well, and we also had a PS1. I was spoiled for choice whenever I had the consoles. I remember playing Wipeout, which was a fun racing game where you kind of like rode around on an exercise bike. That's what I remember it looking like anyway. And you'd punch people and you'd try and knock them off their bike. And then Super Mario World, that was probably, it's definitely still one of my favorites. I have a bunch of Legos that I just destroyed, but I've got like Koopa. We had a little series of Super Mario Legos, and then I fell in love with Final Fantasy. I followed that series for a very long time, and then I got into web games. I'm sure you all remember Neopets. And that's sort of how I got into the video game industry as well. Was that I was playing a lot of Neopets, and I saw they were looking for a moderator, and I was like, I know a lot of swear words. So I applied.
Top qualification for Neopets.
I actually applied for their German position, even though my German is very conversational. I knew that I would have access to like Google Translate, and I was like, this will only further my understanding. So they hired me for Graveyard Neopets moderator, and then I was like, okay, that sounds cool. Turns out there's a lot more to moderating than I initially thought, but I had a lot of fun. I got to interact with everybody. I got to, I won't lie, reading the role play was a lot of fun for me. We had role play forums, and how can you be upset about everyone expressing their creativity? It was always just such a good way to both get inspiration and see what was going on in their minds. Because sometimes it wasn't always great, which is community management and moderation all rolled into one.
Sometimes roleplay is just like you get to the D&D table and you gotta let things out. There's things inside that just need to be let out.
Yes. I actually had never played D&D until I got hired at Synapse, and one of my first trips to the office, they were like, "You're gonna stay after, and you're gonna join this campaign. Roll a character." And I was like, I don't know. I don't want to be stupid. I don't want to like make the wrong decision. And they're like, it's D&D. There's actually no
wrong decisions.
That's what they should have said. So our old CEO gives me a bag of magic beans. And he was like, there's no way that this could be exploited. Instead of doing combat, I would plant the beans, and I would get to roll a D100, and, you just got random things that would happen. And that solidified my love of tabletop games, because one of them, flowers just started sprouting vinegar, and...
What?
I know. And then, one time I think that one sprouted like cotton balls or something. It was totally random, and so I only got to do that one episode in that campaign. I left my bag of beans with another character, and it ended up saving the whole campaign at the big bad boss.
Now, remind me if I'm remembering correctly. Didn't you all also do a Star Wars where you played a Wookiee?
It's one of my favorite all time. For reference, I'm 5 foot tall in real life. I'm fairly short, close to the ground. But the power of a Wookiee, right? To be tall
and those power fantasies of being tall.
And be intimidating. I don't know if you've ever seen anyone 5 foot tall, but the intimidation level is low on the ground. It's a short joke. So I played the Wookiee, and one of my favorite interactions was I was trying to intimidate a guard that was like blocking our way into the spaceship, and I just stuck a finger into an open wound, and I was like, do you like that? And he just laughed at me and was like, all right, you're weird. You might as well just go get your stuff. I'm not going to stand in your way. But we also had to make a rule in that campaign that we could not use a lot of rope, because I was lassoing everything and I had my agility like all the way up. And so I can't just lasso things and toss them around.
Yes, the classical archetype of Wookiee cowboy.
Yeah, I bring a little Texas wherever I go. Definitely one of my favorite campaigns. We got a goofball going on. Skullforge. I think that you might remember him as someone that was also in that campaign. An artist formerly from Synapse.
Which one?
The artist formerly known as Jordan.
Oh, okay. I was like, there's a couple. I don't know which, and I think they all had participated at some point in that. So
you're not wrong. Reese didn't hang out too much, but he also just had another baby. See what I say? Like, everyone at Kongregate is my family. I keep up with them. I get Christmas cards. It's my favorite place to be.
Absolutely true. This is not my favorite place to be.
Well, I just celebrated my 8th year anniversary, and I think, Tony, you just celebrated 9? Was it today? No?
It is 9. It was in April.
Oh.
Yeah, end of April, start of May was about when I started. So it was like a couple weeks ago, but it was. I had to think. I was like, that was my math face. Was 9? Yeah.
Francisco, how long were you with Gamaga / are you with Kongregate? I don't know that I've seen your Congreversary yet.
My Congreversary is 5 years.
5 years. So we've got some people with tenure here. You know, we've all put in our time.
All of our powers combined, we could retire.
I mean, if you retired, would you not just try and still make video games for just yourself?
I think I would probably DM a lot more D&D.
Yeah.
At least to start. I'd probably end up getting bored, but I'd probably play a lot of D&D before I got bored.
We did that improv D&D session before a all hands for the company one time. And I don't think that people wanted to interrupt us because we were going off, but no one wanted to join either. I really enjoy goofing off with our fellow congregants, I think is what we call each other.
Companions are real. They're in the office. Alicia talks to them. I'm sure the companions in the room right now.
I actually do have a red panda in the room that is sort of like one of our companions. And it was meant to symbolize the companion because I love red pandas. So somewhat. I'm not going to say no.
Highly inspired.
Ow. It's so cute.
I like there's like happy sounds, and once in a while it's like, ow.
Ow. Oh my goodness. So do you guys have any plans for the long weekend?
I have a couple things. I have some things I need to do because I am going to be traveling next week, so I need to prep for that. But not really, no. Just I'm looking forward to relaxing and maybe doing like 2 chores. That's it.
2. Very
Just
specific.
2. Yeah,
Only
just
2.
One is laundry. What about you, Francisco? You gonna do some barbecue? It sounds like nice weather up there.
Yeah. Well, we have a really rough week of a lot of rain, stuff like that. But now it's getting better. So I'm gonna fire the grill, go to New York, which is one of my favorite places in the world. just go there. It makes me happy because in Connecticut things are super quiet. But because I'm originally from Santiago, Chile, which is a big city, I miss the sound. I miss the people honking in the car, just people being annoying. It's like, oh my God, it's home. This is so cool.
The screaming, the
Nobody's
yelling.
polite. It's so good.
Right? I grew up in a town of like 1,200 people, so moving to such a big city where I am now, it's been an adjustment, but now I've been here for going on 8 years. I couldn't imagine going back. I need the noise. I need the garbage trucks backing into the alley across the street.
In the middle of the live streams.
I
Yeah.
remember when you moved up here because you were not in office originally. It was a big adjustment.
It was. I worked from home at Neopets for 6 years, and then I worked from home at Synapse for right at a year or so. And then I'd never been in an office. I'd never used public transportation. I would go in the office and I'd be like, "Hey, I met this cool guy on the train," and my coworkers would say, "No, stop talking to
No,
people
you
on the
didn't.
train."
No, you didn't.
Probably one of my favorite memories was it snowed maybe like 2 feet, maybe it might have been a foot and a half. And I wrote into our Slack. I was like, "Hey, are we going into the office today?" And they're like, "Are the trains running?" And I was like, "Are they?" And they were, and they were like, "Yeah, see you soon." Go ahead.
The cities that know how to handle snow will go in anything. But like I've lived in Raleigh, North Carolina, and now I live in like Seattle area, and they don't get much snow, and they don't really have the infrastructure. So it's like you get like a couple inches, everything shuts down because it's like we don't have salt or trucks. Roads are dangerous.
Oh,
That
my.
is exactly how I grew up.
7 feet of snow, we've got a truck on every road. Get to work.
Dig them out, you guys. You gotta go. Get out. You gotta
I
stimulate
remember-
our economy.
During snowpocalypse in Chicago,
What,
we had a snowstorm
2011?
so bad. Yeah, it was like when Lakeshore Drive was just completely covered, and like there was buses stuck on the highway and stuff. It was like out of an apocalypse movie. I had a car at the time in the city, and I had parked on the street, and I could not find my car. It was buried, and I didn't know exactly where it was, and I wasn't gonna bury out every car. So I was like, okay, well, that car's gone until the snow clears.
It was, dude, where's my car? The snowpocalypse.
You're gonna need to use that time stop or something. Oh no!
I think we might do one more quick giveaway. If you guys have like 5 extra minutes so we can wrap up the stream. I'm trying to get Adrian to tell me because we had some questions. Anyone else want to chit chat before we do our final drawing?
I miss. You guys were talking about snow. I miss snow. I love snow. That's the reason I moved to this area in the U.S. because I really wanted to have mountains of snow every year. But now it's not snowing that much. It's kind of disappointing.
I totally am with you. I don't know if you guys have seen on like social media, but they have these like snowball makers, and I got one in the shape of a like rubber ducky, and I was so excited to just go out and make rubber ducks all over up and down the road in the snow. Never snowed enough for me to do it this year.
Tragic.
It was. All right, we're doing one last giveaway.
Yes.
We had a couple of extra stragglers that come in and say chit chat. Say chit chat. You have to. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and this has been a really good stream. You guys, it's so fun to talk to. Adrian won the draw, and he cannot win the draw. So, Demonic FF, you won. Thank you. Thank you for chatting with us.
Congrats.
Oh, man. So thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for, thank Tony and Francisco for being here. It's been a wonderful stream, and I hope you all have a great weekend. And yeah.
Enjoy it.